Right, so let me go in. So, as always, we're going to begin. We're going to begin with our lovely marching on the spot. So again, nice and relaxed arms. They will join in with that marching naturally. Behind the knees, and with a hard march, you're going to get that heart rate going a lot quicker. So this is completely up to you how hard you take this warm up. Remember, you have got an hour's class, so don't use all your energy now, but just think about those added harder sort of elements that you can pop into the warm up if you want to make it harder. So keep going with the marches, and what we're going to do is we're going to roll the shoulders back. Okay, so you've got two things at the same time. If that's a bit difficult, stop the legs and just roll the shoulders. All right, so you don't have to do those two things at once. That's the harder version. This is your easy version. Change for me. Take the shoulders forwards. Again, if you need to stop those legs, then you can, and just focus on moving those shoulders. As you can, well, those of you that know, we're doing this because we're going to do that lovely arm sequence once we've warmed up. Perfect, right. Stop the shoulders. We're going to do carry the legs. We're going to do some heel digs. So if I turn to the side, heel goes down, toes are pointing up, and you switch. Right, so you're really pushing that heel down, toes are facing up. The supporting knee, allow it to soften, so it's a slight bend in that knee. Make it hard, you need to push back in the hips, and that's going to encourage the calf to kind of fire up and to get ready for some exercise. All right, so that's kind of your harder version, really sinking back into those hips. Lovely. And then from here, I want you to go into a nice wide stance, so a bit wider than your hips for me. We're going to do our torso twists. So hands up to the chest, palms are facing down. You're twisting to look over the shoulder. You come to centre and you look the other way. So you're looking over your back shoulder. Nice and slow, because if you take it too fast, you can cause injury to the back. But we're here to warm up the back. We're warming up the kind of spine, the muscles that are protecting the spine, but you're not overdoing it, all right? So if you do find that you've got a few niggles, aches and pains in the back, then you don't go as far. Keep it nice and small. Lovely. And then here, drop the arms for me, keep the legs wide. We're going to go into side to side lunges. So with your lunges, the knee that's bent, it needs to be going over your toe. Okay, so think about that technique. If it's not going over your toe, you're going to be rolling those ankles, and that's where you're going to sprain those ankles. And then with the torso, a slight lean forward for me. So we're not sort of upright, there's a slight tilt in the torso. So if I turn again to the sides, this is me standing straight. Let's have a little bit of tilt forward, and that's going to engage the hips. Again, make it a little bit harder for you. Perfect, awesome. And then from here, we're going to go into that hand to knee. So opposite hand, come into the opposite knee, and then you change. So if you haven't done this before, take it nice and slow. Opposite hand to opposite knee. Remember, the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Keep it low, and that's going to keep it easy. To make it even easier, keep the feet on the floor, and you're just tapping the knee. Okay, so there's lots of options for you in this one. And obviously I've got bump in the way. So You'll see mine kind of goes out in a diagonal. That's to accommodate this one. Your knees I want straight in front of you. Okay, so don't copy sort of my technique as I'm adapting to baby. Really try and get your knees straight in front. All right, so just in case you were wondering why my legs are looking a little bit different. Perfect. And then the last little warm-up we're going to do, getting those legs wider again for me. So again, just past hip width. Opposite hand, you're going to try and get down to the opposite toe, all right? And then you're going to switch and go the other side. So if you're my regulars, you can crack on with this little warm-up exercise. Those that haven't done it before, remember flexibility. You're either aiming for the knee, for the shin, or for the toe, and then you switch and go the other side. So you're changing side to side. Again, when that leg is straight, you should feel a nice stretch in the hamstring. Remember, when that leg is bent, the knee needs to be going over that toe. All technique to protect your ankles and your knees. It's really, really important. Perfect. Few more for me. And then come to centre, and you're going to come up through the spine. You need to make sure your head is the last thing that you bring up to stop that dizziness. Lovely. All right, I'm going to come a little bit closer so we can do our arm sequence. So, arms out to the side for me. Remember, make it easier. You keep the hands nice and flat and in line with the arms. Harder, you flex those hands at the wrists, all right? And that really does engage different muscles, so you will feel the difference. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cross them in front and open. In front, open. Perfect. Go at your own speed. Go at your own time. What I really am looking for though is I want that back to stay nice and in line. All right, so no, when you pull the arms back, don't overarch the back. You want to keep the back nice and straight. Lovely. There we go. Looking good. And then what I want you to do is you're going to change. You're going to cross them down and then back to shoulder height. Cross down, shoulder height. Lovely. There we go. Nice. Really, really nice. If it's hard coming back up to shoulder height, just go halfway. It's not a problem. That just makes it a little bit easier for you. If you want to make this harder, you can have some weights. I don't think you need to make it harder, but if you really fancy to, then you can. I won't hold it against you. Okay, come to shoulder height. Change now. You're going to go up above the head and back to shoulder height. Lovely. There we go. You got it. Nice. Perfect. You're all waving at me like you need help. Lovely. Really good. Perfect. And last one. And then we're going to change. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to shoulder, up to shoulder. So down to shoulders, up. Perfect. So you're going to do one and then the other. Nice. Again, really waking up our shoulders, bingo wings. Summer's coming. 21st of June, come on. We can be outside showing off our guns. That's the plan. Lovely. In a beer garden, that would be nice. Perfect. And last one, bring to shoulder height for me. Small pulses to finish. Sorry, Tina, we haven't quite finished. And drop the arms. Lovely. Roll those shoulders back. Nice. So, from here, you're going to do what I call a cross lunge. So I'm not sure if you've done a cross lunge before, so I'm just going to almost like we're coming into a curtsy. If I was the queen, you'd all be curtsying to me. That's the kind of premise. So the leg is going to cross behind, and as it crosses behind, you're dipping down. So you've got a nice lunge. If I turn, you should see that lunge in my front leg, and the back leg is crossed, all right? Then you bring the back leg back to centre, and you go with the other leg, cross behind, and lunge. So you might need a bit of room for this one, because the further cross you can get that back leg, the more you're going to feel it in this lunge. Bring it to centre, take the other leg, cross behind, and lunge. And that's what we're going to do for today. I just want you to repeat this pattern to get used to it. So really cross behind and lunge. Cross behind. Take your time. This is a new one, so I really want you to get used to it. If you need to hold on to something, then do. It's not a problem. Excuse me. But really think about getting that leg right behind you. Lunge it down, keeping the knee over toe. Perfect. Nice. Looking really, really good. Really push that leg back. Lovely. When you get a little bit more confident, you can get a little bit faster. Nice. Really, really nice. Lovely. A few more for me. Just, like I said, it's new. We're not overcomplicate it too yet. And then last one, come in. Now that one may fire up those hip flexors. So if you are feeling a little bit achy, remember, walk through the heels and it will release tension in the hips if you need to. The next one we're going to do is, we did it in the warm-up, and that's our toe touches. But this time, as an exercise, when you go down to the opposite toe, you're going to hold it for 2 seconds, and then you switch and go the other side for 2 seconds, all right? And I'm going to count you down, and then we'll do 10 fast changes, all right? So the first little section, we'll hold for those 2 seconds, I'll count you down, and then we'll do some quick changes. So, off you go. Remembering, think about your flexibility. You either go to the toe, to the shin, or to the knee. When that leg is straight, you should feel the hamstring sort of stretch. If you can't feel it, then get those legs a little bit wider. When that leg is bent, get that knee over toe. Protect those ankles. Perfect. All right, a few more. Then I will count you down, and we're going to do those 10 quick changes. So 3, 2, 1. 10 quick. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slowly coming up for me. Head's the last thing. Don't get dizzy. Perfect. Right. This is your well, this is one of your cardio. We're going to go into jumping jacks. Okay, so you can either do a full jumping jack, which at the minute is a struggle for me. So you can do your jumping jacks like this, right? A full jumping jack. Easy version, you can do hand and arm, bring it in, then change hand and arm, all right? So you take out that jump, and you're just using the arm and the leg. And then when you get more confident, you can then get quicker, and then you can build up to the hard version. Okay, so your hard version, you're jumping, easy version, you're going to be with me, and we're going to do the easy version, all right? So again, completely up to you which version you take. We're going to do 15 all together. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. March it out for me if you've done that hard version, just to bring the heart rate down a little bit, because you're going to be getting out of breath. Now this is your wall push. So I'll go over the technique like we did the other week. Find that wall that's sturdy, that's going to support you. You're going to have your hands onto the wall for me. They need to be in line with your shoulders, okay? So, hands on the wall, in line with shoulders. They're not down here, they're not up here. They're going to be nice and in line. When you come down into your wall push, your elbows need to bend towards the floor, okay? Not out to the side and down towards the floor. To make it harder, you step your legs further away from the floor, which might mean the heels come up, but that's absolutely fine. The wider the gap, the harder it's going to be. Ruth, if you're up for a challenge, so I know you've hurt your wrist, you can do, I'm going to do it here, do some wall sits, so get into a nice squat position and hold the squat and lean back onto the wall, keeping the head in line with the spine, so don't just try and look down, try and look forward. So you can do that kind of a wall sit if you want, or you can have a rest, it's up to you. So, hands on the wall, we're going to do 15, all right, and then that's it for the wall push. So, hands on, get yourself prepared, think about how far away you want the feet. 3, 2, 1, off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, back in line. 5, 6, 7, 8, lovely. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, come on, last one, 15, perfect. Push yourself off the wall. Again, roll the shoulders if you need to, stretch out the arms if you need to. Do you want to do my timer? So, you know what that means, the timer's coming out. Sprint time. So, again, for those of you that haven't done this one in a while or are new, we've been doing a sprint exercise and we have gradually built it up over time. So what we did last week is we did 30 seconds of sprint. We then had our 5-second little rest period, and then we had our 30-second sprint. So in total, you've built up to a minute sprint. We're just having that little gap in the middle. At any point the sprint gets too hard, you need to come to a march. Okay, so it's really important that when you're sprinting, you don't just stop the exercise when it gets a bit too much. You must come into a march. Okay, you're going to give yourself more of an injury by just stopping. Okay, so it's really, really important. So 30 seconds, 5-second rest period, and then another 30 seconds. Okay, so everybody, let's just do a little warm-up of marching legs. You're not listening. You need to listen more. 30 seconds, 5 seconds, and then 30 seconds. 30 minutes, no seconds. I'll sack him. So, get those legs marching. So let's try and just go a little bit quicker than what we did in the warm-up, because this is getting our legs ready for some sprint. Okay, so this is, we're telling our body that this is what's going to come, all right? So we're preparing the body. It's not going to be a shock when all of a sudden we're going to sprint. So just try and get those knees, keep the knees low, but keep the feet quick. And that's going to really help pump up the heart and the blood and the oxygen to the body. Perfect. Then we're going to take it into a light jog. So it's a light jog. I'm getting kicked already. Light jog. Toes just brushing off the floor. Lovely. Okay, here you go. Your first 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So use those arms, really fast legs, focus on something. Love it, you can do it, I promise. 10 seconds already gone. Keep going. We are now halfway. We can do this. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, march. This is your 5-second rest. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice deep breaths. We're going to do another 30 seconds. If you can, if you can't, you stay marching. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds. Come on, we can do it. Don't have to sprint on the spot. You can move around the room if you want. 10 seconds just gone. We are halfway. Don't sprint out the room though. Let me I need to still see you. 10 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march. Nice. Whew. Smashed it. Well done. Really, really good. Oh dear. I had the image of all of you just sprinting off screen then and just leave me on my own. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to explain the floor exercises now. If you want to carry on marching to help with your breathing and your heart rate, that is absolutely fine. I will demonstrate the floor, but I'm going to be doing it on the chair, okay? So if you are, well, I can't get my breath up. So, if you're doing it on the floor, just make sure you have something comfy to lie on, whether that be a mat or a cushion or cross crunches today. I think you're going to join in then. What you're going to do is you're going to come down. So Sam got up. I thought he was going to come and join in, but apparently he's got a call. I'm joking. So what you're going to do, if you're cross crunches, you're going to have your legs up. So you've got your feet on the floor, knees are pointing up to the ceiling. So you're going to have that nice triangle with the legs. You're coming down. And baby won't write this, so forgive me. You're going to come down, hands by side of the head. One leg is going to come onto the ankle and the knee. All right, so you're resting that leg onto the knee. And then what you're going to do is the opposite elbow, you're going to try and target that knee. Okay, and you're going to come back down and repeat. We're going to do 10 one side, then you'll switch and do 10 on the other side. So the higher you can get that elbow to the knee, the more you can lift up your shoulders, the more you're going to be engaging with the core. So it's really going to work the core, but also the obliques. All right, so you have that nice, lovely twist. And we're going to do 10 on each side. Okay, so that's your floor option. If you're going to be doing it on the chair with me, well, let me move your screen, you can't see. So if you're on the chair, similar positioning with the legs. So we're going to be having one leg, if you can, up and over. So again, ankle over the knee, okay? If this position is hard on the chair, you can either cross knee over knee, or you can have the ankle over the ankle. All right, so there's 3 different positions when you're on the chair, just to make it a little bit easier for you. So wherever your legs are, wherever it's comfortable, we're the same. Hands are going to be either side of the head, and we cross and lean to get that elbow to the opposite knee and come back to centre. So it's the same move that we're doing, just on a chair. We'll do 10 and then we'll swap over legs and do 10 the other side. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds to pick which level is kind of easiest for you. Think about your legs. If you're on the floor, can you just double check your positions for me? Especially those guys on the floor, have a nice flat back against the floor, so don't arch the back. Push that belly button right into the spine and make sure that back's nice and flat. Lovely. Okay. Everyone's hands either side of their head. 10 on this side, and then we'll switch. 3, 2, 1. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Lovely. Change legs round for me. So the other leg now over, hands behind by the side of the head, and we go again. 1 and 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. If you're on the floor, legs out nice and straight for me, arms above the head with a nice big stretch. If you're on the chair, lean back into your chair, legs straight out in front of you, and hands up above the head. Stretch out those abs. Nice. And again, those of you that are on the floor, nice and slowly coming up off the floor for me. There's no rush. This is your time now to grab a drink. So have a little bit of a breather. And then we're going to come back in and do it all again. Joys. So have a nice drink. Making sure everyone's all right. Oh, Ken, I got that thing through the post today, so I'll send it back to you tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I've got to go. Sorry, something's just come up, so I've just got
That's all right.
to say that. All right.
See you soon.
All right. See you soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me just make sure everyone's all right. Oh, good. Okay. So your can't find my words today. Your the second half of the class, we will do the same exercises all over again, but on certain exercises we're going to have that hold. All right. So in the arm sequence, we'll definitely have one. The lunges will have one, the wall push will have one. So just remember on those exercises, there's an added bit to it. So just reserve some energy. In the wall pushes, especially if you think you can go and get a little bit lower, just remember, don't tire yourself out for that hold. So just be sensible with your energy levels, basically. So if you're ready, you're still having that drink, don't worry, there's no rush. Back into the screen, and we're going to just do, again, just some marches, just to get our heart rate up a little bit more, a little rest period. So now let's just build it back up again. Again, preparing the body. We're just not quite finished yet. We're nearly finished, but not just yet. And we're going to start, like we did at the beginning, we're going to go straight into that arm sequence. So we're going to come a little bit closer. Hands up for me again. And we're going to cross in front and open. Nice. Lovely. So again, thinking about the technique. So we're not bringing back those arms too far so the chest pushes forward, because that's going to hurt the back. So really think about protecting that back. Make it easier, remember, by having the hands in line with the arms. You don't have to flex at the wrists. And change. Take it down and shoulder height. Lovely. Really nice. Looking good. And last one, take it above the head this time and still come back down to that shoulder height. Nice. The dog started dreaming, so if you can hear any funny noises in the background, it's Noodle. Lovely. Okay, then let's do one down, shoulder height and up. Perfect. So you're going to do one and then the other. Nice. Lovely. Looking good. Take it in your own time. Don't have to stick to my rhythm. You can go slower. You can go faster if you really like. Lovely. And one more. Take it down. Shoulder height. Hold. Remember, this is your hold. Breathe. Keep the back in line. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lovely. Nice. Roll those shoulders back. You're all getting better at that. Really nice. So let's go then into those cross lunges. So remember, it's like a curtsy. I'm going to tip the screen so you can see my legs. So it's like that curtsy. You're really pushing the leg behind into a lunge, come to centre and change. That's all I want you to do for today. All right, get that leg really crossing behind you and up. Cross and up. Awesome. You need to hold onto a chair. Hold onto a chair. It's not a problem. But that leg goes behind. Lovely. Cross that leg. Push back in the hips. Keep that front knee over that toe. Don't let it turn out or wobble. Protect those ankles. 2 more for me. Last one. Again, march it out if you need to. If it's hurt, find at those hips. This next one, and I'll keep my screen low so you can see. It's our toe touches like we did at the beginning, but with that lovely hold. So, going down, hold for 2 seconds, and then you change and go the other side. Nice and simple. We'll do those 10 quick changes. And then we've also got a hold in this one. So just listen to the instructions. I'll talk you through it. So don't worry. But for now, hold for 2 seconds and then change, keeping that leg that's straight through in the hamstring. The other leg, when it's bent, make sure the knee is going over the toe. And let's do those 10 quick changes. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay down and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming up through the spine. Head's the last thing to come up. Lovely. All right. Jumping jacks. So remember your hard option. Your hard option for your jumping jack is you're going to do the full jump and in, jump and in. Okay, that's your hard option. Your easy option, arm and leg out to the side, close and change. Okay, that's your easy option. Hard option is your full jump. Okay, so you choose. So 15 again, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Those who did that hard option, march it out for me. For those who didn't do the hard option as well, you don't have to stick with my count. When you're jumping, if you feel like you need to do it faster, then please do. Right? Don't feel like you have to stick with me. You do what feels comfortable and natural for you. So if you want to do it a bit quicker, by all means do, but just still do 15. And then when you're done, just march until we join you. Okay? So just wanted to make you aware. So, wall push. Okay, so the same technique we did at the beginning. The difference is we're going to do a hold at the end. So we're going to do 15 of our wall pushes, and then your hold, you're going to come down into that wall push, and you'll hold this position for 10 seconds. All right, so just be aware of that. Again, think about the harder it is, make that gap bigger. Okay, so if you want a bit of a challenge, make the gap between the feet, your feet and the wall a bit bigger, all right? And you'll be able to feel the difference there, okay? So set yourselves up. Make sure you've got the technique. Remember, when you do that wall push, elbows point down to the floor for me. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more, 14, last one, 15. Now come back down into that wall push and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push off. Drop the arms. Roll the shoulders. Really release. Even just swinging the arms is a nice release. All good. Everyone's all good. Right, because Sam's ran off for me for the sprint, let me get my timer. So, same thing as before, 30 seconds, 5 seconds, 30 seconds, all right? Let's all get marching. Again, a little bit quicker than a warm-up. So don't bring the knees up so high, but I'd rather the feet go a little bit quicker, all right? Knees low, feet quick. That's what I was trying to say. Arms nice and relaxed. They join in naturally with you, so don't over worry about those arms. Just make sure you're driving them when you use that sprint. Okay, now let's bring it into that light jog. Lovely. Really nice. So, 30 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds. That's all it is. Nothing. Keep going. Keep it strong. Use those arms. For just the 10 seconds, you can do this. We are now halfway. Keep going for me. Keep up. Remember, go around your room if it's easier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March. Big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Lovely. All right, your final 30 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Sprint, sprint, sprint. If it's easier, turn away. You don't have to look at the screen. You can, and you really don't have to do it on the spot. If you find it easier to focus, you stay on the spot. Halfway, come on. Ken's gonna wear ice carpet. I can see him going around in circles. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march for me. Lovely, really, really good. Good work. Maybe you could try taking out that 5-second break. See if we can crack a minute. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. If you want to carry on marching, then please do. We're going to go into the floor exercise. The same floor exercise we did. The crunch, the cross crunches. Only difference here is we are going to be doing the hold at the end. So, if you're on the floor, I'll see if I can. I can't demonstrate the hard option, but I'll see if I can demonstrate the other options for you. So, if you're on the floor, the same thing with the cross crunches. So the legs in the same place, hands in the same place, okay? For your hold, I want both. This is the easy option for your hold. I can't get my feet flat on the floor, bumps in the way. So for your hold, hang on, I'll get ready. So feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up, that triangle in the legs, okay? You're going to be lying flat on your back, the easy option. And all you're going to do to make it harder is you're going to lift the shoulders up off the floor and your hands palms facing to the ceiling. That's your easy option. Harder option, take the legs off the floor. The higher the legs, the harder it is. The lower the legs, it becomes harder on the core. And you're going to keep the back flat on the floor. That's your medium option. I can't do the hard options demonstrate. Your hard option will be those legs are off the floor and your back, your shoulders are also off the floor. So if you like, you're going to be coming into like a V, all right? So you kind of, to make it easier, try and balance on that coccyx, really help with that. And just remember, higher the legs, the easier it is. Take the legs further to the floor, the harder it's going to be. The more you can lift off the floor and the shoulders, again, the harder it's going to be. All right? So easy option, you keep the legs on the floor, it's the shoulders that come off. Medium option, lie flat on the floor, the legs come off. Hard option, you have both of them come off together. All right? Does that make sense for those on the floor? Yeah? Okay, cool. I hate not being able to do it with you on the floor and demonstrate. Once baby's here, I will. So, for those of us that are going to be on the chair, our hold is quite similar. All we're going to do is the legs come up off the floor and I want the hands out in front of you and the palms facing up. Really important, we are not leaning back on the chair. Back is off the chair and we're having the legs up. All right, so really, really important. So we're going to do 10 crosses on each leg and then the 10-second hold. Okay, I'm going to push my chair back a little bit so you can see. Perfect. So get the legs up for me in the position that you feel comfortable. Hands by the sides of the head and off you go. Here we go. 1. Lovely. 2. 3. Really nice. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Come on, 2 more. 9 and 10. Lovely. Change legs. Other side for me. Hands up by the side of the head. And we go again. 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5. Come on, halfway. 6, 7. Keep going. 8. Last one. 10. Now choose your hold position and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. On the floor, legs out in front of you, arms with the head, nice big stretch. On the chair, slouch back in your chair, legs nice and straight, arms above the head. Enjoy this stretch. You've earned it, you've deserved. Oh, have a nice stretch. When you are ready, those of you on the floor, make your way to standing, no rush. Those in the chair, we're going to come off. Come up off the chair for the first part of the cool down. But everybody, keep a chair nearby because we'll do the second half of the cool down on the chair. Okay. So, again, take your time. There's no rush. If you need a drink, have a drink. It's not a problem. First cool down stretch we're going to do. If you need to hold onto a chair, please do. But one leg in front of the other for me, bending that front knee, keeping the back leg nice and straight, really pushing forward so you can feel that calf stretch. And interlock the fingers and push them away. So nice stretching the fingers, stretching that upper back and in the legs. So nice all-in-one stretch here for you. Lovely. And then release the hands for me. We're going to change legs. So same thing. Bend that front knee, keep the back leg straight. The heel also stays on the floor as well. So don't lift the heel up. Keep the foot flat on the floor. Reverse the hands this time. Take it behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice. Now if you've got balance, you can start to look up to the ceiling. If you get dizzy or you start to wobble, bring the head back down to centre. This is a hard one, okay? Perfect. Head to centre. Release the hands. Change your legs again, but this time heel down for me, toes pointing up. You're going to push back in the hips and hands go onto the bent leg. So the leg that is straight, you do not put your hands on that leg. They go onto the bent leg and you don't put them on the knee. I put them on the thigh for me. If you want to increase this stretch, you need to go down to the toe. Lovely. Nice and slow. Change your legs, final time. Heel down. Push back in the hips. Hands on that bent leg, on the supporting leg. Remember, not on the knee, on the thigh. And again, to increase the stretch, you can reach down. I can't reach down anymore, but if you want to, you can try and touch the toe. Lovely. And again, coming back, we're going to take a seat on our chair. I think we all deserve it today. And then one arm across the body for me. You're going to pull the other arm into you, all right? So across the body, use the other hand to pull it further in. And remember, avoid holding the wrist, and avoid holding the elbow. You want to hold that forearm. You can hold further up in the arm if you want, but just be careful you're not on the shoulder. Nice. Change sides for me. So again, across the body and pull it in. I cannot find my words today. Cannot find them. Lovely. Really, really nice. And then we're going to reverse this stretch now. So one hand, reach it up and above you, and then pop the hand on the back of the shoulder. The other hand is going to go onto that elbow, and you're going to use that hand to pull the elbow back as far as it feels comfortable. Okay, so you should feel the stretch going down the side of the body. If it comes too painful, don't pull it back anymore. All right, you should feel it should just be a stretch pain, not an uncomfortable pain. Lovely. And then we're going to release that and do it the other side. So reach it up and over, and then hand onto the elbow. Nice. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. Lovely. Release the hand. Just roll the shoulders, just release any tension. And then let's finish with the head like we always do. So we're going to look one side for me. And then you're going to come through centre and you're going to look the other way. And change again. So coming through centre first to look the other side. One more time. Come into centre and going the other way. Now this time come to centre and I want you looking up to the ceiling, okay? So again, don't go too far if you feel dizzy, but really encouraging that neck to stretch. And then coming through centre, you're going to look down, so the chin comes to chest. And again, coming up through centre, looking up to the ceiling. And then final time, coming back down, chin to chest. And then finish, we're going to do 2 head circles. If you can do semicircles if you wish, but try and get the full head circle. You're going to go one way, twice, and then once you've done it 2 times that way, you're going to change and you're going to go the other side. All the way around, going the other direction, nice and slow. Again, avoid any dizziness. And then making sure you bring that head to centre. Lovely. Oh, let me just bring my chair in. So, another Thursday complete. I say it every week. I don't know where these weeks are going. It's ridiculous. So,